moves up in weight to square off against 130-pound titleist Rocky Martinez of Puerto Rico. The fist fights on his resume. Vasyl Lomachenko is illustrated by the fact that our expert analyst in the sport after 6 pro fights. We all began.
And I remember I was very mad about it. I kept complaining that I couldn't do it. It took me about 3 weeks to understand and realize what he wanted and why it would help me. And he raised me the man that I am, and he instilled all the little details in me that make me a good boxer.
That by fighting 3 fighters he could beat, he could make the same money that he could against Lomachenko.
And current holder of a title belt at 130 pounds. He's had a long and distinguished career, but after what many considered a gift draw in his last fight against Orlando Salido, Martinez finds himself a decided underdog against an opponent with just 6 pro fights.
It was a fight that was a very good fight for the fans. I won by decision. A very one was a draw. It was a little bit closer fight, but I saw it by a few points on my favorite amateur career. You know, he has only 6 professional fights, even though he had many amateur fights, but it's not the same. Analysts, supposed analysts, experts say, and
Lomachenko would be such an overwhelming favorite over a guy with the resume of Rocky Martinez. The answer is that Martinez is as conventional as the day is long. The belief is there is clean.
And it's sponsored by Tecate Sporting Goods and the pro record 29 victories, including 17 wins by knockout. Rico, the 3-time reigning in the first super featherweight champion of the world, Roman Martinez.
Country to watch some
type of, I do have him high on my pound for pound list. He's a little kid either, so he is high, but I can't give him the one.
Andre Ward.
Even a little more fast twitchy than Andre Ward. Of the positioning of his, and has Martinez on the retreat.
Indicating that our unofficial ringside gentleman is on site in Canastota, New York, where tomorrow he'll be in tonight, sitting in. You'll hear from him about. Pick him up.
That gym because he's the shorter or outside. However, he's one of those tall guys that chooses to fight inside.
I think part of this is Lomachenko fighting in a heavier weight.
That he has to keep a look. If he's close to Lomachenko.
Another unusual element of Lomachenko, doing something else in New York.
Whatever they got to do while father. Therefore, you can't pressure like that.
Metronome regularity since the beginning. Spectacular.
A minute ago, and Lomachenko had his hand in position to block.
Martinez drops his glove. Lomachenko pops him with a jab.
Pick him up.
There's good.
Range, but because of proper positioning of his hands, his elbows, his footwork, he's very difficult.
And very difficult to avoid his punches.
There's one.
There's a right hand for Martinez. But by and large, he stands in front of Martinez.
Hand by Martinez.
With something he doesn't see coming.
Heads, fellas.
Leverage and shocking punches. Don't let him see it coming. It'd be very hard for Rocky to do that.
Yeah, I said hand speed would be the difference. Of Martinez and follow with a good straight left down the middle. Then he goes in the southpaw.
Trunks. Roman Rocky Salido, whom you saw in that sensational to the death of Muhammad, produced what is unquestionably.
Once again, is it a fight?
When you're backing up, give Lomachenko a chance to probe.
I think Lomachenko's popularity as he swim without getting wet, swimming like somebody, he's able to just with complete artistry and mastery hit and not get hit, even though he's in punching range. How much do fans like that? If you're the type of fan who
likes to compare him to Pablo Picasso, had an unusual style, and it took people to understand exactly what he was doing. Lomachenko, he's the Picasso of
it a little bit.
A good right hand.
Yep. Right hand landed.
Is because Lomachenko is not a scary fighter, meaning he's not scared to be in punching range. Impressive when the other guy misses opportunity.
So sometimes when lash on.
Good hook,
arm punch.
Oh, good left.
Great left hand by Lomachenko. A parade. Now let's go to our
Lomachenko. If Martinez doesn't throw that right hand, he has no chance in this fight.
As well as the aware.
He does a good job of staying hard shadowing.
Of course, if this stays, be a logical next opponent for Lomachenko. He's a big, strong, is an unconventional fighter, and I don't know how much this so far tells us about what a rematch between Lomachenko and Salido would look like.
Next, I can guarantee you that.
To fight Lomachenko cleanly. He proved again last week how skillfully he can hit you on the hip. Francisco Vargas is out. That was Orlando Salido. This is a different kind of fight.
Oh, good body shot.
Kept the right hand. After
that hurt really big.
His jab very effectively. Instead, he's landed most of those punches.
Roy, do you his attack?
No pattern. Do detect is that he's slowing himself down some and throwing 1,000 punches. One big banging shot that he's taking.
See the look on Lomachenko, the other guy, when he lands a big.
You hear us talk about a fighter trying punches. You may never see a more grab
hand, but it's a little bit low, right on the chin, kind of truck. I let his straight left a little bit high on the head, up on the foot.
A knockdown.
Should emerge from this fight. Lomachenko and a guy who's Orlando Salido, craft, etc.
Pick him up. Let's go.
Overwhelmingly interested in pursuing her, and he's been out of the ring with another promotional situation, but
is a really better punching power, explosive athlete.
Oh. Well, that was pretty explosive.
Over.
What a right hook.
Over.
What a sensational right hook.
Over.
And it doesn't look like Rocky Martinez is going to get up from that.
Over.
An immediate stoppage.
Throws the uppercut followed by the right hook. So he feinted him and made him go down. He threw the right uppercut. Right here, you see Martinez low. So he followed with a right uppercut, which brought him up, brought the head high. And there was the left right hook that finished it off. Beautiful right hook.
Land 30.